please be seated. Thank you very much for a warm welcome. I always deem it as a pleasure in saying that ma'am is no more a guest for us. I always treat her as our own embellishment. And in fact, LENDI is always a choice of many of the students like you. Similarly, there are reservoir of officers with a lot of good spirit who always try to put right focus on the needs. As long as these kind of officers that we have, and then we are revered with all pleasure. No doubt in it. One such kind of a wonderful madam I always call, and she is there with us, Srimati DEEPIKA IPS, Superintendent of Police, Vizianagaram. I'll be very happy to see that all of you have wished her a warm good morning. Okay, and you know, road safety. Just now we were discussing on the needs of youth and youth's readiness towards the social issues. I think most of you might know, road is yours, because whenever I have put it before you as part of the discussion, I always find most of you have taken it so light. I paid the tax, I have right to use the road. And I also did this. I wanted to drive well, so I had two-wheeler, somebody said. Why do you require a two-wheeler? Nobody has said that I wanted to come directly to campus in time, comfortably to reach campus. Such kind of answers did not come to me. So as part of this road safety week, we appreciate our police, which has taken a lot of interest to conduct these kind of initiatives. And our national service scheme also has come forward to organize these kind of initiatives. As part of that initiative, we have invited SP ma'am to be with us. And on this occasion, I request our head of the institute, Dr. V.V. Ramareddy, founder principal, to come and address as opening remarks.
Okay, thank you, Harper. Already the purpose explained by Sir. Only my role. We should thank Madam accepted our invitation. And one more thing, for getting some inspiration to all of you. Madam also engineer. So whoever are having any dream to become IAS or IPS, okay? So they're all motivators for all of you. Engineers, there are so many areas they're all working, especially administration side, IAS, IPS, IRS, all the civil servants, they're all successful people. So you're all can get that motivation. And really thank you, Madam, on behalf of management and all students. Now I don't want to waste much time. Now I invite Madam to speak with all of you and get Madam's blessings. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon to Principal Garu, Vice Principal Garu, all the faculty present here, other police colleagues, and most importantly, all the students present here. So I believe you have been having a few awareness classes and different activities related to road safety for the past few days. So we are observing this as a road safety week. First, before I start, how many of you drive here? How many of you are driving a two-wheeler or any sort of vehicle? But they're very reluctant to raise their hands. Okay, if this is true, then only few of you seem to be like, none of the girls are driving. Only 2 hands are there. 3, 4, let's see, just 4, 5 of you are driving. Okay, well then a lot of you are already safe. But and how many of you have driving licenses? Okay, again a very few hands. Okay, so if this is true, then very few of you are driving. But first, before I begin, I would like to tell you in 2022, last year, in Vizianagaram district, we lost 225 people in road accidents. That is, 2 people die every 3 days in Vijayanagaram district on the road just because of a road accident. And 707 people were injured. And injured means some of them might have lost a limb, like must have lost a leg. In fact, our own police department, one very young constable of our special party. Special party is like our commando unit. So our very young and active constable, he lost one leg while coming back from leave to join back duty. And unfortunately, he could not continue in our special unit anymore, and he had to be sent to a very non-focal work. So it's a very, very grim and sad state of affairs to see people lose their lives on roads. Anything else that they have succumbed to a disease, or they died because of murders. There are very few people. Other than road accidents, the major killer of people in India today are heart attacks. So road accidents are higher than even the number of people who are dying because of heart attack kind of diseases. And why it is sad when people die because of road accidents are, it is completely preventable and avoidable. It is not something that could not have been prevented or avoided. Most of the times when we see later, when my officers call and tell me, ఇక్కడ యాక్సిడెంట్ జరిగింది, ఇక్కడ చనిపోయారు, ఎందుకు అయ్యింది అని అంటే, హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్ ద రీజన్ ఇస్ వాళ్ళు చూసుకోకుండా ఫాస్ట్ గా వచ్చేసారు, హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోలేరు, స్పాట్ లో డెత్ అయిపోయింది. అదర్వైజ్ ఈ దిస్ ఏరియా భోగాపురం సర్కిల్ లో మన హైవే దగ్గర దే విల్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్ టెల్ మీ రోడ్ క్రాస్ చేసి వెళ్తున్నారు, సడన్ గా వెహికల్ వచ్చి యాక్సిడెంట్ అయిపోయింది. సో ఇవన్నీ దే ఆర్ వెరీ ప్రివెంటబుల్ థింగ్స్. ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ మోర్ కేర్ఫుల్ వైల్ డ్రైవింగ్. And crossing of roads also, highway crossing is a very, very dangerous thing. And most places it's actually you're not allowed to cross highways. It is breaking of law if you cross highways. Highways can be crossed only at particular points where there is a particular crossing allowed. But unfortunately, because of lack of awareness and lack of discipline, or people don't think, when you leave your house in the morning to reach your college, go to your friend's house, go to a tuition, you never think that you may die on the road, you may meet with an accident. Your whole mind is focused on what you are going to do. I'm going to college, I'm going to a friend's house, I'm going to study. So your mind is focused on that. Nobody actually ever thinks about the journey they are making. So what you have to do is, you have to be aware of the journey part of your life as well. When you are driving on the road, you have to be mentally present on the road and not given to the momentary pleasure of driving fast, getting 3-4 friends with you on the bike, not wearing a helmet. So all these are very momentary and transient pleasures. The positives that you get out of doing this is maybe being happy for 1 hour, 2 hours. But if something goes wrong, the suffering is lifelong. So next time, when you leave your houses on a two-wheeler or in an auto, you have to be extra careful, because even a small mistake, accidents always happen unannounced. It is not that you will know. 1 second before the accident happened, you may be happily talking to your friend, you may be driving fast on the highway, you may be sitting with 10 friends in an auto. Next second, there is an accident and your life will never be the same after that. So please, next time you travel, be mindful about it. It is not difficult. It does not mean that you cannot go out, you cannot drive, you cannot go around with your friends. It does not mean anything of that. What it simply means is you have to be a little more mindful when you are doing such things. If you are going on a two-wheeler, you don't have to drive fast. You can stick to your lane. The maximum difference it will make in time is maybe you will be 10 minutes later than you would have if you had driven fast and carelessly. So don't drive fast, wear a helmet, get a driving license. And for students, don't put 2-3 friends with you on the bike. Most of the times when we got catch triple riding, they are students only. So on a bike, it is 2 people. So please don't have triple riding, because when there are 3-4 of you on a bike, then it's harder for you to control the bike. If some animal crosses the road, some vehicle comes, then you will not be able to control if you have so many people sitting on the bike. That is why we are asking you, if you are on a bike, please follow these precautions. Similarly, if you are in an auto, make sure the auto is not overloaded. All of you are engineers. You understand that autos are not very stable vehicles. By the very way the auto is uh, built, it is not a very stable vehicle. It is very prone to getting overturned. And if the auto is overloaded, then the chances of the auto getting overturned are even higher. So if you are sitting in an auto, make sure that it is not overloaded and the driver is driving safely. It is not just for your safety, it's also your responsibility, because all of you are educated young people, and you are by that virtue more aware and more literate than those others around you. I'm sure you have better understanding than maybe the other people who are sitting in the auto, who may not have had such a good education as you or such a awareness as you. So because you have that, you owe it to the society that not just keep yourself safe, but also make sure that others traveling with you are safe, just because you are traveling with them in that particular auto or you are traveling on that road. So I hope all of you, at least from today, next time you step out of your houses, driving a bike or traveling in an auto, you will make sure that the journey is safer, not just for you but also for those around you. Also in your houses also, please educate everybody around that they have to be careful on the road, and road accidents are highly prevalent. See, if two people are losing their life every 3 days in this district, then you can imagine how many people are losing their life because of road accidents across the country today. So, as young people who want to change the world, who want to do well in the world, make this also a part of your agenda. Make sure that you tell everybody that they have to be careful on the road. Overspeeding is not going to help anybody. Follow the traffic rules when on the road. No triple riding, overloading, drunken driving. All these are highly fatal. This is the major reason for accidents. All the fatal as well as non-fatal accidents can be put 90% because of these only: overloading, drunken driving, and overspeeding. So, with these few things in mind, you can make sure that you have a safer and healthier life, and that way you will also be able to have a better quality of life and enjoy for a longer time. So, I hope that you keep these few things in mind. And because this session was for road safety, I would only speak on this. But if any of you want to ask about anything else, I don't know if any of you want to write UPSC or Disha app, you're welcome to ask any questions. Anybody has any questions? But seriously, only 5-6 of the girls drive. How do rest of you come? You all come in the bus. And if you want to go somewhere else, do you know how to drive scooty? Oh, you don't have a scooty, but you know how to drive. Then whose scooty do you drive?
They have both, but they do not have license.
I'm not going to check your licenses right now anyway, so it's okay. And if you don't have, see, driving is very important. I'm telling you, all of you must learn how to drive. Even the girls, especially the girls also. You must know how to drive. Driving is something that's a life skill, you know. Without knowing to drive, you will be forever dependent on somebody to take you anywhere. So it's a very important life skill. So driving, everybody has to learn. We are not telling you not to drive. You all must drive, but learn how to drive safely and responsibly. And it is not difficult as well. So that is what we are telling. That if any of the girls here don't know how to drive, please learn how to drive. Learn how to drive, and for scooty, you can always get a LLR also. You first get a learner's license, and then you get your normal driving license. Just have a license and drive. And don't worry, you're not checking your licenses right now. Whether you have a license or you do not have a license, we want you to drive safely so that none of you are in an unfortunate circumstance. So nobody has any questions? I don't know if that is because you all want to go back to your classes or you actually have no questions. Anyway, thank you. It was nice speaking to all of you here, and I hope we do not have any bad questions.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Very short, sweet, and crispy. And still, on behalf of ma'am, I take little extra privilege in asking anyone who really wants to interact with ma'am. Now it's a choice. And later after that, you should not come and ask me, sir, I thought of asking this. I had an issue in downloading Disha app. I could not really apply for the license well in time. And on road, if I have seen somebody in a miserable condition, how should I react? So many you have asked me, especially most of the NSS volunteers when they wanted to go volunteer things inside of the community. You had a lot of doubts. Okay, we have right source before us. If at all anybody would like to ask, you can ask. No, boys are very serious at me. All right. Thank you very much for all your patience and right discipline. You want to ask something? You're trying? Okay, no, thank you. With this, let's call for a day, and it is definitely a wonderful idea of having officers on the board to interact with you, to give an awareness on you, and it is a customary practice. I request ma'am to accept a little felicitation from our side and from our NSS unit side. And I also request Inspector Police Vijaynath and other members to also join us while our principal sir, Dr. P.D. Sailaja, I request you ma'am on the dais. Among the claps of all of you, it is a pleasure having madam with us.